Kick off your boots, get cozy, and join the chat. This is Boot Buddies.
Welcome to Boot Buddies. I'm Kally.
And I'm Zhenya. And this is our Netflix and Cheers special. So Kally, how did we meet each other?
We met each other in training camp.
Okay,
What was the year?
The year? 2022.
2022, we met each other in training camp, and I don't think we talked at all.
I don't think we
for
talked
a very long time.
at all. Until we got put in our Boot Buddy family.
Our Boot Buddy family.
I think that's actually one of the first times we took a moment to get to know each other.
Agreed.
Because I feel like, you get to training camp and you're just so overwhelmed and you're not as focused on meeting other people.
You're stressed and you're worried about yourself.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I feel like the Boot Buddies really kind of brought us together.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And now we see each other and hang
know.
out all the time.
And especially now.
Yeah.
Are you ready for this?
Shall we watch the first episode?
I'm kind of nervous. Are you nervous?
Me too. Very nervous.
Right.
I can't wait to see. I also think it's really cool that we'll always get to relive this season.
That's true.
Through the show.
And it's our
which is
last
super
one.
cool. And it's our last one.
That's kind of special.
So it's nice to be able to, we can pull this up at any time.
I know, that's true.
And watch this 50 years down the line. We can show our kids.
Oh
Mommy's in the background of the show.
Yeah, look at Mom.
Look at Mom. Wow, it's number 1.
I cannot believe it's number 1 in so many different countries.
I wonder how many views it takes to be number 1. Here we go.
Let's play it.
Oh, this is training camp.
Yeah. Okay, see, I gotta warm up my old bones. Can't just jump in like everybody else.
We're not spring chickens. We're not 18 anymore.
I can't just hop into Thunderstruck like some of the girls can.
Someone is yawning in the background.
Oh, really?
Oh, this is a game day practice. Jaguars versus Cowboys. Oh, that was the first preseason game. First preseason game.
This is a really cool shot.
There's a cool shot. I remember this going viral with all these people running into the stadium. Thunderstruck.
These shots are epic.
They're so good.
Truth.
We did sign up for it. Hey,
Ashley!
our baby mama.
I know. I miss her.
I wish they would have shown more of the Queen performance.
That, I think, was one of the best moments of my life.
That was iconic.
I could not
Something
stop
we'll never forget.
talking about that to Preston. I think he literally was so sick of me from me telling him about Queen.
I think I listened to Queen for a solid probably month after that.
All right.
36 will make the team.
Dun, dun, dun.
I wonder if these girls knew they were going to be on the show.
Can you imagine if they didn't, and then this is the edit?
This
and
is
they say
this is
some
what
of
you
these
see when you
things?
click on this. You're like, oh.
Just being so blindsided.
Yeah, being blindsided, yeah. I'd be thrown off for sure. I always think about how they go through so many applications. I also think about getting sent 1,000 videos. If you did not catch my eye in the first 15 seconds, I'm skipping it.
I mean, honestly, same. But I think
And I know that's so mean, but I would not watch all of them through and through. So go them if they do. That's crazy. Not the computer dying.
Oh, no. Right, that's funny. She always had kind of poor computer problems. Remember at first meeting, she's like, Zhenya, I need some IT
help.
How does she still look so
Like herself.
beautiful?
Yeah, and the hair is laid all the
The
time.
hair.
It's laid all the time.
I want to know her secrets, how she does it.
It is funny. They're just out there like
They're just shaking their thing. They're just grooving.
chilling, grooving,
In high heels.
in high heels. That's the last solo we should have done. We should have went out there in high heels.
I would have rolled my ankle another time. I did not need that second
not need
injury. Third.
Third. This is our first and last veteran practice.
First and last. I feel like off season was kind of mellow, and then this really stressed me out.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but every time I went into finals, I felt like I couldn't prepare enough.
For sure.
Almost,
For sure. I kind of blame that partly on myself, though. Like, I feel like we do so much during season, I always try to take a vacation.
That's true, yeah.
For
your mental
myself.
health, yeah.
And so then by the time
Take a break.
It was here just way too fast.
This was one of the first moments where feel like after the full year, we actually felt like a team.
Yeah, I think
Like
veteran
we all
practice
kinda
felt
came-
like
yeah.
being
Yeah.
a team. Being a
Okay.
rookie is a culture shock.
Yeah.
for
In our
for
year
lack of
where we
term.
had to alternate
Yeah, that's
and just so much uncertainty.
Yeah, that's a lot to unpack.
That's for another episode.
That's for another time,
That's so
man.
funny.
This sweater that she's wearing, I live in it.
I know
I
you
live
do.
in it.
I wish I was in your group so I could have gotten that.
It's
I
Live
think
Love
it's
Game
so
Day, and
cute.
it is the comfiest sweater. 3 days to live auditions. I wonder who that random
What were
girl
you
was
doing
running.
3 days before auditions?
3 days before auditions, I was running my solo
Okay, same.
and looking for a job.
Oh, that's so fair.
I had decided I was done
Yeah, doing what
at
you
the
used to do.
preschool.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I was looking for a job. What about you?
3 days for auditions. My mom was over at my house sewing my costume.
I remember you did
Yeah.
wait last minute with the costume.
I did because we couldn't kind of figure out what I wanted, and I was going for 2PT for my rolled ankle.
That's worse when you're kicking because you just have that one leg.
I don't. I'll show you the video later, but it's literally like I rolled it, and I don't know how, but like I propelled my entire body inward, and then I just fell like a bug.
I remember
It's really funny.
Our rookie season, we were kicking, and this is on the field, game day, thunderstruck.
okay,
Amanda
okay.
rolls her ankle and she falls back, and I'm like, girl! It's the whole, and I'm like, ah! you will not fall.
Honestly, that's a good friend.
It's like,
I applaud you.
Stay
for that.
here.
That's a good friend.
she's like, and we're talking the whole time about it. I can't believe I just rolled my ankle. I'm like, are you okay?
Actually, it happened to me one of the games. I rolled my ankle again this season because after
yikes.
that roll, it takes so long to get it back into a good spot.
Yeah.
Like I was really struggling.
And it's so common because our boots get bigger with time, so you're not as secure.
And they're
in
not
there.
secure on a turf, so you're constantly readjusting.
Yeah.
And
It's like a point shoe, you know?
Yes.
Like an Audition on a
Yes.
point shoe the whole time.
Yes.
It goes like this.
Yeah.
Okay, leotard and tights. Can you imagine wearing leotard and tights to practice?
No.
But I mean, honestly, what we wear is not that much.
Honestly,
Not that
I'd
much
rather
more
leotard
forgiving.
and tights.
I was gonna say, actually, maybe.
Sometimes I really don't feel like
It's the midsection,
it's-
especially at 7 o'clock. I've eaten all the meals throughout the day.
or like when you're on your period, like it just.
Yeah, actually, maybe something to consider.
But pause. What year was that? What year was that? Like in the 80s, right? 70s, 80s? But I remember in the 90s, like I would be able to buy things with cents.
I don't think I've ever seen that time in my life. I mean, my allowance growing up, well, not my allowance, but like, well, yeah, my allowance, my grandma would give me $20 a week.
Yeah. Like I
But-
bet you could buy a whole
but I was
thing of
also,
groceries
like-
on $35.
I was also like 8, so I was buying whatever toy I saw in the
Yeah.
store.
That's true. That's true.
And if I wanted McDonald's that day,
That's
you know?
true. That's funny.
Pay for NFL cheerleaders. They're not paid a lot. But the facts are is that they actually don't come here for the money. They come here for something that's actually bigger than that to them. And when they come here, they find their passion and they find their purpose.
That was a large statement to say.
I have so many thoughts like racing through my head. Do you feel like you found your passion and your purpose?
Well, I want to first off by saying I came here with value. I think I've had a passion for dance, and this helped me flourish with that passion.
Right.
Purpose. That's an interesting one. That's an interesting one.
Here's the thing, like I don't disagree with her in the sense of that some women come here and this becomes their entire life. And they live and breathe DCC and it defines essentially like who they are.
And there's
as
nothing wrong
people.
with that.
And there's nothing
We all
wrong
have
with that.
choices, yeah.
We all encounter a thing in our life that really consumes us and you know, we are defined by maybe that one thing. And for some people it is DCC and I think that's totally valid. But
And even if that is just dance, it doesn't have to be DCC. Like
Correct.
And I think one of the things she's like, there's not a lot of dance opportunities. They're kind of, there's a wider array now
nowadays
for dance
sure,
opportunities.
For
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
And I honestly like this is such a big subject, just overnight from seeing this come out and people react to this.
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen some of the things and like comments and everything that's been going on?
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. I think I was actually curious to a lot of points that people were making. And, you know, we're kind of similar. We do research about a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
But I started Googling, and it was like about like not just DCC pay, but like NFL pay. And I didn't know this, but I know a lot of people know that a DCC filed a lawsuit about wages, or Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. What was it, 2017 or something like that?
Yeah.
But what I did not know that I actually found very interesting is that it's not just our team.
Yeah. Several.
There have been, I think, over 5 lawsuits overall in the NFL with professional NFL cheer teams suing their team, like their organization, for lack of fair pay.
I also think a lot of people judge our pay based off what they see the football players making. And you need to look at the other employees in the organization, because a lot of NFL employees are not making a lot of money.
Right.
Not to say that they're doing all the things right by us, but
Yeah.
just to put that into perspective is that a lot of NFL employees are not making a ton of money compared to the football players.
Right.
It's very minuscule.
Right, and you know, I think the thing that kind of not necessarily hurts me, but I think it's just more of a generic statement, and I've seen some people comment and say this too, is that they're like, well, it's a hobby, it's a part-time, it's a hobby to these girls, like they don't need to be paid more. And I remember this one time I was driving somewhere with Preston, and we drove by Brahms, and there was a sign that said, you know, hiring like ice cream workers, and they made more than us per hour. And I think I sent a Snapchat
Brahms
to
is
you
an ice
guys.
cream place, right?
Brahms is
or
an
is it
ice
burger
cream.
place? Ice
It's a
cream, right?
both.
Okay.
But it was specifically like an ice cream team.
The ice cream team.
And I saw that ad, and they made more than us per hour. And I think that's what I think a lot of people don't realize. It's not a hobby.
Yeah, and no disrespect to the ice cream team.
Yeah, not
You're
at
doing
all.
great work.
Amazing.
You're doing great work.
Dance is no longer a hobby.
Yeah.
I don't think I would call it a hobby if any other professional sport has been investing in financially since they were a kid. All the practices, all the technical training. I mean, how long have you been dancing?
I started late, but like middle school. So, I mean, now that's a long time.
Right. And then I started as a rhythmic gymnast professionally at, I think I was 3.
Yeah.
And
most people start at that age.
Yeah.
And not only that, but I think about some of the summer intensive I did. My mom would spend like $6,000 in one summer, and I'm making
competitions.
Yeah.
Yeah, competitions, how much those cost? And that's per year. And there's multiples of them, like
and there's
thousands
multiple
upon
thousands of dollars.
the investment in our ability to reach the top tier dance as professionals. I mean, that's not a joke. That's not a hobby. I don't consider that.
It's not a hobby at all. No,
willy-nilly
it's
hobby.
a career.
And honestly, like looking back at this history where they're just dancing, that back then I would have considered more of a hobby.
Yeah, that's a hobby, and that's something that you pray the Brahms ice cream burger for, because that's equivalent to scooping, to doing this.
Yes, like how much skill, how much skill, training, and effort financially and time has gone into that job is how I think about how much it's worth. And when people just say that, and I look at our team, and our team is composed of some
amazing
of the
dancers
best dancers
who
in this country.
could do whatever they wanted to do.
Literally.
Yeah,
And this
any
is
job.
their full-time career. This is not a hobby they're just like willy-nilly trying to do on the side. And
People move here specifically to be the Dallas
correct.
Cowboys cheerleader.
Yes, to then continue dancing for the rest of their life.
I moved here.
Continue dancing for the rest of their life, and I feel like it's a disservice when we call it a hobby, because it's that person's entire life. Like,
or even then, to say we always say it's a part-time, full-time job, but that's mostly full-time, because you're thinking about DCC before practice and after practice. You have to get yourself ready to be there.
That's
so
true.
It's not just
I can't
you're there in
think
the
of
moment
how
doing
many
your job.
hours I spent outside of DCC doing things for DCC that we don't clock our hours for. And that's kind of the difference. Talking just from my perspective, I took and summarized how much I made versus how many hours I clocked. And we, at the end, actually make more than our hourly, just because of like the extra
the
fees.
extra things, appearances and such.
Yeah, right. Versus our like base hourly pay. But But then I went and I calculated like tolls, gas.
Yeah.
Like spray tans, my
Now you're getting in
hair.
trouble. Hair.
My hair.
Makeup. I spent a lot of money on makeup.
Makeup, that's true. Makeup. I mean, I went through, I don't know about you, like eyebrow pencils.
Oh, I bought them like a week and a half. I need a new one.
Yes.
I need a new one.
Why is the eyebrow pencil this long? Who? Like, why?
But I also think we're putting it on that much.
No, but it's like this big. It's $28. For this much of a pencil.
$28 and it lasts me 1 week. I didn't eat nothing. I'm
Yes.
not full. There's no
Yes.
gas in my car.
Yes.
That just helped me.
Just to
do these lines on my face.
Just so you can see me emote.
Just so you can see me. My eyebrows go up and down.
That's so funny. No, seriously, like that stuff, I calculated just like a ballpark, and to give you kind of, this is only honestly my situation. Other people's are different. But I think I only made a profit off of DCC than what I put back into the DCC, like 15% of my DCC pay.
I believe that.
And so that's kind of hard to hear.
Yeah. That is your hobby.
Yeah, that is just my hobby.
Yeah. It's just my hobby.
And truly, do you think, I don't know how much Kelly and Judy get paid, or any of the DCC staff.
I don't think employees are paid well at all. And for all they do, they should be paid a lot more.
I mean, Judy's there every night.
She's there every night with us. Every night.
Every night.
And that's late for someone with a family, grandkids. That's a large commitment.
I cannot believe that she's there every
28 divided by 5. That's $5.6 at practice every day. On our eyebrows, $5.6.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, I think the pay overall is it's an interesting topic.
It is interesting because I get
But
people's perspectives.
Some teams are on salary and some teams do have
That's
benefits.
true.
So it really varies. It's case by case.
That's true. That's very true. It is a tough subject because I get where they're coming from, and I get why they pay us a certain amount, because we do get those appearance fees and things on top, but not all of us get booked on all the things. So the salary really varies. And if you're, like, we have jobs outside of DCC.
Yeah, I barely did appearances this year. My rookie year, I tried to do as many as I can, which, I mean, yeah, I tried to do as many as I could. But this second year, I did not do that many because I had to work.
It's hard when you have a
Had to pay
full-time
bills.
job. But if honestly, like, if I wasn't married or had, my significant other, and we weren't splitting things financially, and also if I didn't have my full-time job, I don't know how I would have lived with DCC. Because think about it, even if I did have a full-time job, it's hard for us to take off. We only have a certain amount of days of PTO, but DCC requires so much of flexibility to kind of like drop things and like go.
Yeah.
And so we are not able to volunteer a lot of our time to make more with the organization because of that. And we run out of PTO at some point.
Yeah, you run out of PTO. And not only that, but dance is something that we're passionate about, but also is our career.
Right.
But you know that you need a sustainable income, so you want a job that's meaningful, that you want to be good at it. Ultimately, we are women who want to be good at things.
Right.
We have desires, we have goals.
Yes, we're very
And so we're not just
goal-oriented.
working some random job,
Right.
we want something that we're passionate
Right.
about. So you want to be your best at work, and you're also trying to be your best at DCC.
And also
which
be
is
your best
hard.
like in relationships.
In relationships
and
with
friends.
your family. Yep.
It's just a lot. So like
I moved away from my boyfriend to be long distance for 2 years, and that was hard. That
is hard.
Oh my gosh! And then we pay for game day tickets. We pay for game. I had to pay for my boyfriend to go to every single game, and so by the time you calculate
your expenses,
I wasn't making any money. I was not making any money.
No. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I think the sponsorships that they offer are really great for people who are able to use them.
I mean, I didn't have a hair sponsor, and that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So I didn't have a hair sponsor, but I did want to dye my hair, and Kelly said, do you have someone to do it? And I was like, I'm looking for a few people, and she asked me multiple times, like, are you comfortable going? Are you comfortable going? And I ultimately said I did, but ultimately...
I mean, your hair is your hair.
My hair is my hair. I did go. I don't want to say I fully regret going. I do feel like I lost a lot of hair that day. She did a great job with the color, and I asked multiple times ahead of time.
Yeah.
Do you know? Do you know? Have you seen? Do you know? Do you know?
Yeah.
Came to practice that day with wet hair. That's the day we got boot buddies. Another connection.
Wait, so we have pictures.
Yes, we have so many
That's so
pictures,
funny.
and it's like a mop. I mean, the color is good. That came out well,
I
though.
always liked your color.
The color came out well, but, and like I said, that was my fault. And Kelly did express concern, like,
Yeah.
are you sure? You sure? You sure?
Yeah. Like, she
But
made
if-
sure you were comfortable.
Yeah. Ultimately, as my decision, I made a bad one. But I did find someone to do my hair in Dallas eventually. But that was out of my pocket, and it was not cheap.
My hair was half
Yeah.
of my...
Half of what you saved, or half of
half
the year?
of what I got paid for the year.
Wow.
That was my hair.
Wow.
Because, you know, my hair has been like a situation too.
Mm-hmm.
And they aren't as experienced, I think, in hand woman extensions.
Mm-hmm.
And my hair, after being burned off, was so fragile
Yeah.
that I was losing hair from the extensions right in here.
Mm-hmm.
And partially it's because of the types of, like, I learned so much. I had no idea. Like, I've never had extensions before in my life in DCC, but because I had so little hair, it was like a really touchy experience for me because I kept losing more hair.
Yeah.
And I
From
already
getting
had
extensions,
no hair.
And you're like, this is supposed to be helping.
No,
not
that's
hurting.
why I just cut it off.
Supposed
Because
to be
it's so
helping.
dead. Like, these pieces are so dead. After curling it so many times, like when Amanda's video went viral, how many times she curls her hair. Yeah, I mean, already after the fire accident, and then the extensions were just not working. And so I kind of asked the girls for help, and some of the girls directed me to some of like experts, and that's exactly what they do when they kind of help with the hair. And I ended up having to do that out of pocket just because I wanted to preserve the hair that I had.
Yeah.
And it's nothing against like any of the sponsors, but they don't always work for every girl that's going on this team. And so,
Like a stipend would have been nice sometimes.
yes, like that would have been really nice because
Yeah.
then I wouldn't have to put half of my DCC income back towards my hair, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I mean, honestly, like,
And they did say you can expense some of that stuff, but it's really, it's
tricky.
case by case,
It
and
is
it's
the
hard.
case by
And then
case.
when you're getting to like your everyday life of going to work, going to practice, going to work, going to practice, game day, the last thing you're thinking about is, let me sit here and send an email about this
yeah,
expense.
honestly,
'Cause
yeah.
you're just trying to get it done
Yeah.
and look great and get a good photo.
Honestly. So, I mean,
But it's not a hobby. Moral of the story.
I will never call this a hobby.
It's not a hobby. We put in too much work. A hobby is something you put $100 into and you have fun.
Ooh.
Her pom-poms back and forth. She looks into the camera. She winks.
She is so cute. Wait, give me your best wink.
I just did it to the camera.
Oh, you did? I didn't see it.
She waves her palms. She goes,
Oh, that's a good
the
one.
mouth open might be a little much, but give us yours.
Oh, can I even wink with one eye? Did you shake
The other one would be a blink. So yeah.
Wait, which eye can I do? No, I think it's the right one.
Cute. Wait, I love this history though. When they told us all this in Mexico, I was like, this is really cool to like learn the history of DCC.
You know me, I love
Yeah.
history. I love to know where things come from, and that's what I do appreciate so much about DCC. It's the tradition
Yeah, yeah.
and the history of it, and just how many people and lives took to really like grow this organization to be what it is.
That's what I admired about it as an outsider looking in. It's the tradition, the repetition. You know, seeing the girls constantly grow was.
Without my hair done, it's important to be put together.
Judy
she's so
is
cute.
always,
She's always put together.
They're so cute.
The Alabama girls.
It's weird watching them here because now we know them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Back then.
Yeah, we didn't know them.
Oh, there's you. Oh yeah, that's my rolled ankle. Do you see it taped?
Oh yeah.
I'm in focus mode. Okay, that shot was pretty. awesome.
The edit
Go
of the
back, yeah.
solos was so
That
cool.
is so cool. A+ Netflix on this shot.
So cool.
Hey, Carly, get it.
So cool.
It's amazing. They're amazing dancers.
I think her solo, Kelly's solo, really stood out to
It was
all
one of my
us.
favorites.
And oh,
So
every time
good.
Kelsey dances, I get chills.
So good.
I don't know what it is about her, but like,
In this split, wow.
look at the chills.
Ha, the
I'm not
chills.
joking. It's just so
So good.
so good. Okay, wait. Do you like the solo round?
I have liked solos in my life as a dancer. There's something about the setup of DCC solos that gives me a panic attack. Like being surrounded, I feel trapped,
You
and
do
I
feel
feel like
trapped.
I cannot make a single mistake And I feel like that pressure makes me make every mistake.
I do feel like there's eyes on you all the way through
And
60.
I absolutely hate it. I literally, it gives me a panic attack. I'm not a fan of it.
But honestly, I love the solo round. I love watching everybody's, like exactly what they're a master at. I think that's so cool.
I think it's so cool, but it's so hard for me to watch because I feel like I just sit there and I get defeated the whole time.
That is true.
I feel like I just sit there and I'm like,
I don't
that was
remember
good.
what number.
That was good too.
Wait,
That was great.
This round.
Shit, now it's my turn.
Honestly, yes. I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, oh, if I did that move, I would break a hip.
I always said that I would end on a hip hop solo, and I did not. But if I would have come back, I would have to been like 1, 2, 3, 4, sassy. It would have had to be
The solo round is, I love doing it too because I feel like that is where my artistry is.
And that's where your strong suit is.
It is mine.
Yeah.
Contemporary and that contemporary jazz and like more classical version of dance versus what we do. So I really like live my best life in the solo round. But I'm always closer to the end with my number, and this time I think it was 4 hours.
Yeah.
That I sat in one chair just watching. My body just like solidifies.
That's another reason why I don't like it, because I feel like I'd perform so much better if I was waiting backstage, warming up, doing my own thing, and not having to watch everybody go.
Yes.
Sitting there, like even them letting you get up 4 songs ahead in advance. What's that? 6, 7, 8 minutes? That's not enough for me.
No, me either.
To get fully warm.
I gotta have a whole routine of warm-up to not re-injure myself. Yeah.
I went directly after Anisha. She was stunning. She was beautiful. I mean,
Anisha
it was
lit up the
dynamic.
dance floor.
It was a good change of pace too. You know,
yes.
you see the same thing. You see the contemporaries. You see the jazzes. You see it. You see it. And this was just like.
That's why I feel like when people pick their solo song, they really need to be very smart. I always try to pick a song that people would not pick.
Same.
So it breaks that monotone.
Monotonous. Yeah. I agree. Literally loved every second of it.
Okay, Reese was one of the standout solos for me. I remember like waking up when she came out.
Yeah. I remember them saying Jacksonville, Florida. I was like, oh, I know that place.
Yeah, and I think
I live not too far from there.
Still kind of in that trance of just so many solos. And then she started doing the ballroom, and I was like, yes,
She's
girl,
so
get
fun.
it. And that kind of like put me back into the competition mode.
Look at her go.
She killed that solo.
I feel like she just made it.
I felt so,
And
like, what's the word?
in my heart,
I just know what that feels. You know, we all know what that feels like to go out there and not do your best, and you know you didn't do your best, and it's like this heavy weight in your chest.
And I also think, you know, you didn't do your best, but you're still surrounded by people, so you got to put on a bright smile. Your friend just came off stage, so you got to congratulate her, and it just,
I know.
it's not a good feeling at all.
No, it really sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The field
all this is
portion,
like-
man, oh man.
I would not wish the field portion on anyone.
Talk about awkward. It's so awkward. You're like, you get yourself.
And the camera's like
this
zooming
close
in
to your
just like
face,
right
and,
here.
and you're like,
And you're like seeing every pore you've ever had.
literally.
After you already sweated.
The field portion, I give the dance spice every other count.
Spice.
I know, because the camera's here, so I'm like, face, strong body.
Strong
I'm
arms.
not strong arms.
Clean and strong arms.
Yeah, and big, because that's what they see. But I'm not
Right.
I'm not breaking my back dancing.
You have to be very smart with the finals round, just because we do that dance, then we do the dance right after that, and they play the music right after. Like there's no even like second to breathe. And then we do one more dance? No, kick line.
You do kick
Kick
line
line twice.
Yeah, and then you slide in both splits. But the thing is, I say that I hold back on the dancing because you don't want to be sweating like a crazy person on the jumbotron, because it does not look good.
No, because they do judge that part of you too. Like, how do you look?
How do you look?
All
and
that
on
gets
game day,
accounted.
you've already made it. You can sweat.
Yeah.
Go ahead, girl.
I
But
will
like,
sweat so much on game day.
you can't help it. But like here, I'm like trying to conserve it
Yeah,
so I
you're
don't
trying to look polished.
loco.
So that when they look at you on that screen after you just danced your life away.
They're like, she's like a breath of fresh
Yes,
air.
yes, like, looked effortless.
It was easy for her.
Yeah. Let's add one more dance next year.
One more dance next year. Oh, jeez.
No, yeah. But wait, do you remember that group that went twice?
Yeah, I felt bad for them.
They
They had to kick twice.
But they redid the dance twice because of the music. There was like an error with the music.
Actually, I think I would rather kick twice than
I would
dance
rather
twice.
kick twice too.
Yeah, because it's shorter, honestly.
I don't know, for me, like kicking is a different stamina.
It is, and you can rely on flexibility
Yes,
at the end of the day.
to get your legs
to
up
get your
there.
legs up. Dancing,
You cannot.
you get
You
it's
either
the effort.
have the energy or you don't.
or
have
you
the
don't,
energy.
or you don't.
And then
agree.
I feel like sometimes you watch people on the field portion and they're so powerful in that first dance, and it's almost like a light switch, and the light just kind of like because the stamina is such a huge part of this field portion.
You have to know how to pace yourself. While they're deliberating, it feels like it is forever. Finals day is so long.
4 hours? 3 hours.
I don't know.
It was like 6 when we walked off the field, 6:30, and we didn't get back in there until like 9:45.
9:45.
I feel like I ran a marathon after finals, not just like with my body, but also like my emotions.
Yeah, you feel like loopy because you're thinking about all the outcomes.
Yeah.
Isn't it so crazy that like every other class has had a show except for ours?
It's interesting.
Crazy. Because like seeing these rookies on the screen now, I mean, obviously we had that moment, but it just wasn't on TV, you know?
Yeah. I do feel like our rookie year was a very weird one, not just for us, but also for the organization.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think a lot of things are different.
Yeah. God, this moment.
I
think I lose 3 years of my life, and I think some of my hair grays from blonde to gray. Oh, I'm thinking very hard.
I'm thinking very hard. The girls that are from similar cities, I don't know how they do this. Because for me, as soon as I hear Bennett's, I'm like, that's me! Gotta go! People who are like...
one person from Ukraine.
Yeah, I'm happy that there's only one person from Beachville, South Carolina. But like if there's Dallas and you have to wait till the end, I'd be like, holy cow.
Yeah.
And they take their time. Welcome back. Crickets. It's like, come on, Dallas.
Dang.
Oh,
Wait, that's
how they end it.
Oh, what a cliffhanger!
I guess who makes it?
I guess we know what happened, but dang.
How does that make you feel about finals? Do you wish you would have done it again this year? How do you feel?
Do you want to know something? I actually had a song picked out.
Oh, she was far ahead in the process.
I was. I accidentally, well, not accidentally, but I had my Spotify on shuffle, and the song came up, and I started crying in my car driving home from practice one day. And I was like, when I do this again,
this is the song I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it really hit me. It is by ABBA, but the version that I was listening to was...
I think I remember you telling me this, actually.
Yes.
Yes. I remember you saying ABBA.
The song has so much love for the... Oh, I'm going to start crying just talking about it. Okay. I don't know. It just makes me so thankful that my mom put me in gymnastics and gave me the gift of music, but dance with the music, because I feel like it's such a huge part of my life. And
it is, yeah.
I don't think I would be the person I am today without that gift. And this song just kind of broke me down, because it just makes you so grateful for all of the investment in your talent and art form and everything. And that song really spoke to me. So I was gonna do the solo to that song.
Yeah.
Which is gonna be a little different, because I feel like my two other solos are more contemporary jazz, and this is
jazz.
gonna be very much over lyrical. So
Love that for
but
you.
yeah, anyway, whoa, I'm just crying now.
Do you think I made it?
I don't know. I feel like that's a cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger.
I don't want to give it away, Kally. I don't want to give it away.
I feel like you could have pointed your toes more.
Wait, honestly, I feel like I always can point my toes more.
No.
Oh, you? Wait, I honestly cannot wait to watch this next episode. And you guys should comment and let us know if you have any other questions as we continue watching this season and reliving our life.
Wait, that would be cool to answer questions at the end of each episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Send us some questions, guys.
Yeah. Next time, episode part 2.